Sturridge made a very good point in terms of Notts County and where they are and where the board thinks they should be. The board thinks that they should be a top 8 team challenging for the playoffs. But at the end of the day, Notts County, you can only deal with the cards that you're dealt. And at the end of the day, if you've got a young manager, same with Huddersfield as well. The Huddersfield situation, how can you have only lost 3 games this season, had such a long unbeaten streak, and then get fired? Mate, that's Chelsea style short-term thinking. What is that all about? And
I think I have an idea of why they sacked Steve Clarke. I don't know about what happened to Martin Allen.
Yeah.
But with Steve Clarke, I think it was down to the fact that he had ambitions to take the club further and where they actually were, and I think the board were trying to be realistic.
Do you know what? There's something interesting that's been in the Skype chat. Mr. Francis Strong, you have a you have a retort to what Jamie has just said.
Yeah. Well, basically, like with both managerial sackings, there was, the board had nothing to base it on. They both had, they both did really well with respective clubs.
Exactly.
All right. So Huddersfield had the money. Notts County probably didn't, and they didn't. And the managers can only do what they, deal with what they've got. And unfortunately, the boards have made big mistakes, and that could cost them in the season now.
Well, I think that's the thing. For me, it just seems like Steve Clarke had ambitions to further the club, whereas when you look at Notts County, they've had managers upon problems upon players either coming or going. With Sol Campbell, with Sven-Goran Eriksson, with Paul Ince, with now Martin Allen, who left Barnet after 1 month to take them out of relegation. And I think it's just the fact that Martin Allen is a bit like Arsene Wenger, ran out of time.
Mr.
Whereas
Johnny,
with Steve Clarke, he just sees it as they just saw it as your ideas are not going to work here. Let's find a new manager.
I think that's a shame for Lee Clark on a personal note. But Mr. Johnny Sykes, what do you reckon of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. There's a lot of movement going on with these managers right now. I think there were more reasons for Clark, to go than stay. They need somebody experienced, like Warnock, who's going to take them into top flight football. Which is what I just posted in the Skype. But Clark, he led them to an incredible run of 43 games without a defeat from last season into this campaign. And the midweek loss to Sheffield was, the first defeat in 10 games. So it's bizarre, really. I don't know.
It's madness. It's absolute madness. But you spoke of Warnock, and I know Mr. Russ Vernon has been waiting for this point. But Warnock has taken over at Leeds United.
Before we go on to the Leeds one, I just like to say, I know the reason behind Clark sacking at Huddersfield Town.
What? So what was the reason?
It was because when questioned about wanting the Leeds United job and Leicester City jobs when they were available, he didn't deny that he was staying at Huddersfield. He didn't say they were staying at Huddersfield, so they decided to part company after the game against Sheffield United.
Do you know what? Yeah, what I will say is this. If that is a reason to get rid of someone, then half the managers in the Premier League need to be sacked. Because it's one of them ones, managers, players, mate, everyone's evasive in that way. But to sack someone for that, and I remember on the Football League show, I think I mentioned it last week when Lee Clark was actually put on the spot about what about the Leeds job, and he was like, you know what? Whatever club I'm at, I'm going to give 110%. I'm a very honest person. He was talking himself up, and fair dues. But at the end of the day, he didn't confirm or deny anything. But he said, "Hey, I'm here at Huddersfield, and I'm going to give 110% to whatever club I'm at." So to sack him for that is a disgrace. In the words of Didier Drogba, it's a disgrace.
Yeah, here's the thing. Nowadays, it is down to politics.
Yeah.
Football is not about the football anymore. I can't be like, I'm a football coach. I can't even get into QPR because most of the people there probably do something else besides football.
The good old boys.
I can't even get into this place. I would like to go. I would like to say to Steve Clark that what you said, you need to watch out for, because eventually it's going to get you the sack. And that's what's happened. So if that is the truth, then looks like Wenger's just watching Biden what he says.
Yeah.
It looks like Kenny Dalglish might just be holding on to his, and might be biting his lip from now on. It might be the same thing with Sir Alex Ferguson. He might be shutting up.
Nah.
AVB, all of these guys, if that's the reason why, then you know what? Leeds United do deserve Neil Warnock, because he's the one that's probably not going to shut up.